Hi, this is Jen. Hopefully you know who I am already. I'm here to introduce you to Rebecca Lennon. Rebecca has been in the creative field for 14 years. And in addition to working in print, she also has a photography business for families and portraits called Rebecca Simeone Designs. So she has a lot of experience with the whole small business world from a personal standpoint, and then also working with her customers at DLS. Rebecca is also a fitness enthusiast and cat lover, and she said to warn everyone that her cats might make an appearance in this video, which I think would make people happier rather than not, because we've been enjoying meeting each other's pets lately, the past, almost 3 months now of quarantine. So Rebecca is from DLS Creative, which is the graphic design, print, and mail side of DLS Discovery, and it's been running for about 5 years now. I'm going to switch it over to Rebecca and let her tell you a little bit more about that.
Hi, everyone. I actually can't see who's tuned in, so it feels like I'm kind of talking to myself, but that's okay. As Jen said, my name is Rebecca. I'm the marketing executive at DLS Creative. I've had a lot of fun growing this creative department over the last 5 years at DLS Discovery. And as a small business, there's a ton of things that go into starting your own business. And some of the most important things when you're starting your own business is investing wisely when it comes to your own marketing. That said, we all know when you start a business, you usually don't have a budget. So of course, certainly we understand at DLS Creative that there usually isn't a lot of money upfront for your marketing. And when I talk about marketing, I'm talking about getting a logo creation, establishing a brand identity, printing business cards, rack cards, really anything you need to get your message out into the community. So obviously, as a small business owner, investing wisely is super important. And that's why we're here today. We're going to chat about budget-friendly marketing. I put together a handout that I'm happy to share with the group after the fact. And I'm really just going to scratch the surface when it comes to budget-friendly mail marketing. There are so many levels of mail. It's ridiculous, actually. But one of the great things we do at DLS Creative is that all of our clients use us for mail services because they just don't want to deal with the post office. So it's a great service that we offer. A little more about DLS Creative. We're a state-of-the-art digital print shop, and we're located in the heart of downtown Wilmington. We're right next to the Grand Opera House and between the Jimmy John's. So we're very centrally located. We love working in downtown Wilmington. There's such a great vibe down there and a ton of young professionals. We offer graphic design, digital print services, and a myriad of bulk mail services. We support anyone from a startup business, whether it's just someone just starting their own business, whether it's a landscape business or say a life coach business, or really anybody who's starting like a photography business, anybody who's just getting their name out into the community. We support a lot of small businesses, 1 to 10 employees. We support a lot of nonprofits, restaurants, and either other graphic designers who are looking for print vendors. So our entire team is made up of a myriad of graphic designers. We all have different backgrounds, so I think we bring a lot of creative opinions to the table. And we love spending time with our clients and really kind of honing in on their messages and trying to decide what is the most important when it comes to their marketing dollars. And a huge part of that is this mail discussion today. We have state-of-the-art digital print technology in-house that allows us to print anything from 1 postcard to 10,000. We offer full lead brochure printing. We offer variable data printing that goes into the mail piece, labels, specialty substrates, vinyls, banners, and we offer Xerox specialty dry inks, clear, silver, and gold, and we can make our own metallics. Personally, I've taken advantage of the specialty inks for my personal business cards, and they have such an impact and can be a very budget-friendly option when it comes to your business card printing. So now I'm going to go into more of the mail portion of why we're all here today. Choosing the most cost-effective and time-efficient method of mailing can be a very time-consuming process. That's one of the main reasons why we decided to start offering mail services, was so that we could be a resource for our clients. Have you ever felt like you're just banging your head against a wall trying to figure things out? We sort of take that burden off of you when it comes to the post office. Some of the mail specialties that we offer, we can purchase address lists for our clients. For instance, we just sent a pretty specific targeted postcard mailing for a private school in the area to specific household demographics, meaning they wanted to target a certain household income, they wanted to target households that had children in them, and we're really hopeful that that mail campaign was super successful for that private school. We offer every door direct mail, also known as EDDM mail. And again, this is another type of mail service where you can really drum down your specific mail routes. Meaning, if I wanted to mail a letter to my neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods, we can actually specifically choose mail carrier routes for you to get your message into those communities, into the hands of those households. With EDDM mail, you can also save on postage, which is great. So sort of the more you print and mail with EDDM, the more you're going to save. But it's a super, super effective way to get your message into specific neighborhoods. We also offer just standard bulk mailings. Bulk mailings is really just a way for either a private organization or a nonprofit organization to save on postage. Bulk mailings require you to have a special permit at the mail house, but we have all of those necessary permits for our clients to use. Again, just dealing with the post office and trying to get all the information you need to get those permits, we've sort of streamlined that process to make it very easy for our clients to use those. With bulk mailings, there are some very specific rules and regulations against that, and I'd be happy to get more into that if somebody has a question or offline. We also do mail matching and insertion. So a lot of our mailings, clients want that personal touch. So if they have an address printed on the envelope and they want that to match in the letter, we do that specific name matching and all that labor in-house. So now I'm going to get more into probably the topics that those of you that are tuning into are very interested in, meaning there's a lot of different ways you can save with your either postage or your mailings in general. I'm going to dive into that right now. So at DLS, what's great about the services that we offer is that you don't need to order thousands of print pieces just to save money. A lot of people come to us sort of with a very extremely tight budget, and so we really try and work within those numbers. So if you can only invest in 200, then you only need to print 200. What's great, again, about what we offer is that it's very much on-demand printing. A lot of our clients print one print through us, or they can print 20. So they're really investing in those print pieces to make it more friendly for their wallet. We have tiered pricing. So if you order 10 postcards versus 10,000, obviously the 10,000 is going to be cheaper than the 10. But again, that tiered pricing is really so we can kind of look at the numbers that you're working with and kind of fit you into that wheelhouse. The tiered pricing is wonderful when we're working on very large quotes as well. And again, it's great for when we're working within a specific budget, especially for a startup business that is just starting to put money into their marketing budgets. A great way to reduce print costs in terms of the mail end is thinking about what type of size mail you want to send. A 4x6 postcard may be more effective than a 6x9 postcard. A 4x6 postcard is going to be cheaper than a 6x9. We can print in full color, which is going to be more expensive, but if you really wanted to send a larger postcard, we could certainly design or print that postcard with one side color and one side black and white, meaning we're going to save you on that color output and still hopefully stay within your budget. So as creatives, we really love to just pick people's brains and try and figure out, does it really make sense to do full color, or can we kind of cut the price a little bit by printing one side color with your strong message on there and then print black and white on the back. We also have the ability to postmark holiday cards, thank you cards, letters, any other type of mail. We direct address envelopes. So for instance, this last year, we sent around 100 holiday cards to our clients, and we directly addressed those in our print press, and we made them very sort of personal to the clients. So there's a lot of different ways. Again, I'm just scratching the surface here when it comes to mail processes, but those little personal touches, like directly addressing an envelope or hand writing an envelope, is going to either save you time or money, and those are two very important things to consider when you're starting your own business. Is your time more important, or is investing a little bit more upfront into a quality print piece that looks professional and it feels good? So these are all things that we walk through with our clients, especially startup businesses. For businesses with a larger budget, again, we offer those bulk mail services where you can save postage. So if there's anybody tuning in that works for a larger organization and they're either working for a mail house currently or they're looking for a mail house, we can absolutely be that resource for a larger organization and save you some time and money when it comes to your mailings. And I'm going to touch on this just a little bit more too. For a business that is at a point, let's say you're already established, you already have your brand identity, you're ready to invest a couple $100 or even just $100 into your marketing. Again, it's really important to consider where your time is worth spent. Being a part of the small business world and helping grow GLS Creative and my own business on the side, I've worked backwards a lot, but that's part of learning and running your own business. But investing or trusting a facility like GLS Creative that has graphic designers, where we can print, where we can design for you, it's worth considering, especially when it comes to your time when you should be spending time on your administrative things and getting a website up and running and all of those things. So it's really important to sort of weigh those tiers in terms of how do you want to spend your time and how do you want to spend your money. Let's see. When we consult with clients, we really love to talk about your budget up front. That way there are no surprises when we send you a print proposal. We're really excited because we just launched a brand new, beautiful website. You can request quotes through our website. You can get more mail information. Really, we've spent this time trying to make sure that our messages were very clear on our website. So we spend a lot of time talking with our clients, and we really pride ourselves on that relationship building. It's super important that as a small business, as you're starting, you trust the creative people that are working for you. And really, at the end of the day, we can help save you time, money, and energy, and we love doing that for our clients. Let me see if I have any other notes here. And again, my notes on mail marketing were really simple. I'm just scratching the surface, but I would be happy to answer any questions or go deeper into some of these terminologies that I talked about. So yeah, that's our mail services in a nutshell.
Thank you, Rebecca. We do have a couple questions.
Okay.
I'm going to run through. A few people said hi.
Hi.
And Gabby gave you a pretty glowing endorsement there. But yeah, Christina Raimundo Vance said, do you offer variable data printing? And if so, can I purchase a list through DLS?
Yes. So a lot of the times, and I spoke about bulk mail a little bit, variable data printing is when a client either sends us an Excel list of addresses, and we can print those directly onto postcards, design pieces, or envelopes. When it comes to purchasing those names, absolutely, we can help drum down those demographics that you want to get your messages into. We've helped lots of organizations sort of obtain mailing lists for, say, you wanted to flood 19801, but you only wanted to hit retail businesses. Those are ways that we can very specifically target your audience and get those addresses for you. And I touched on this a little bit earlier too. For a lot of the private schools, they're trying to recruit for new students coming in the fall. So we do a lot of mailings for them too when it comes to donors or, again, hitting different households and things like that. So yes, absolutely something we can help out with.
Out of curiosity, where does that information come from, the demographic stuff?
So we actually have mail software that we purchased when we started offering mail services that not only helps us obtain those addresses, but basically that software that we use is linked up with all of the latest information from the United States Postal Service. So if Jen is sending us a client list, we can clean that list up. We can make sure to remove any duplicate names. We can make sure to remove any bad addresses, and our software is able to sort of track that and make sure that you're not wasting any money on bad addresses or bad information. And so the software is wonderful because we're able to not only obtain demographics for people, but we can clean your list up too and kind of get rid of that bad data. Basically, the software checks every 60 to 90 days the United States Postal System on they're updating all the people that have moved and things like that. So
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like if something like that existed for email addresses, that would be amazing.
we do get that. I'm sure there is, but we don't offer that service. When we do pool the address list, though, we can get names, and we can usually get the companies that they work for, or phone numbers. So there is more information than just the addresses. We can typically acquire, if an office is looking for administrators, say in the legal world, those are things that we can search in terms of demographics as well.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that's both really useful and a little bit creepy.
It is. It's kind of like we're watching you.
Yeah, or at least the post offices, guys,
well,
the post office and Facebook.
Think about all the junk mail you get every day. How are they getting your name and address? Like, I don't bank with Bank of America, and yet I get tons of mail from them all the time. So everyone says that, mail is not an effective way of spending your marketing dollars, but it is, and it's way more prevalent now, especially during a pandemic season when everyone is sort of sitting around trying to think about how they can get their messages into people's hands.
Yeah. Quick reminder, anyone, if you want to get some questions in, go ahead and type them in the Facebook chat. I'm watching. But yeah, Rebecca, I have my own question. So one of the things I've gotten into lately is analytics, like really just tracking effectiveness of everything. And I don't know how to do that with mail. Like, do you have any insights, like how you would, I guess, track the effectiveness of a mail piece?
Tracking the effectiveness of the mail piece. So one thing to note about the list that we're purchasing is that they're 95% accurate, meaning there's always going to be that small percentage of people that you can't account for because, say, they moved and they never updated their address with the postal system. So our list purchasing is fairly accurate. And one of the stats that we tell our clients as well is that if you really only get a 5% return back of bad data or returns back to you or postcards that are invalid, then your mailing campaign was pretty successful. And recently we've actually started partnering with a post office representative. So we're happy to bring him to meetings to talk more specifically about how you can track these. I'm blanking on the name right now, but there is a service that the post office offers that's free to everyone to sign up for. Basically, you sign up for a service and they tell you what's in your mailbox every day. So we're trying to encourage schools to do that so they know that when their newsletter hits somebody's mailbox, they've received it too. And that's just more of a comfort level when it comes to getting your mail out into the community. So I don't think I answered that very specifically, because off the top of my head, I don't know that statistic. But again, during this pandemic period, we spent a lot of time with the post office rep, and we're happy to bring him in to talk more specifically about what those statistics are.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's helpful. Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions in the chat right now, but if anybody wants to ask Rebecca questions, you can always add comments later and make sure you tag her and she'll see them. Rebecca, tell us where people can go to learn more about DLS, like where they can book you online, and then also about the piece that you're going to share with them after this.
Yes. So, and I'm not on, like, I'm watching you and I'm not on the actual like chat feature, but I have a URL I can send to everybody to download sort of the notes that I had for this meeting. And I have that all bulleted and it looks really nice. But you can go to creative.dlsdiscovery.net It's our brand new website. We just launched it. We're really proud of it. You can go on there and learn more about our Xerox print technology. You can meet our team. You can request a quote, and you can actually download mail forms there as well. And you can contact us directly through that website. So after the event, I can share the URL of the handout that I have here. You can also find us on Facebook or Instagram under DLS Creative. We're very active on social media. And like I said, we're just a bunch of people that like to have fun. So that's kind of what we try and represent in our brand as well.
Speaking as one of their Instagram followers, they are very entertaining. So I recommend.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rebecca. This was really fun. I'm glad you were able to come on and join us today.
No, I'm glad you invited me. And like I said, mail is such a mountain that you really have to like comb through. But feel free to reach out if you have like a specific question or you think of something after the fact. We'd be happy to walk you through the process.
Yeah, and this video is going to be available to watch afterwards in the group, and we're also going to put it on the BrandSwan YouTube channel, because I know after a while it's hard to find some of the older live videos. So if you ever want to watch this later, if you have trouble finding it, just let me know and I'll send it to you. So thanks everyone, and I hope we'll catch you again at one of our future Facebook Lives.